These are all the collectibles in Chapter 9. We're going to start off here at the very beginning of the chapter looking for a Clockwork Castellan number 9. You're going to be in the courtyard area, and this one's actually going to be basically below where you start, but we're going to have to go through a maze, because of course there's a maze, to get to this one. So starting off, we're just going to go down the stairs, turn left until we find the next set of stairs going up. We're going to take the path to the left and then just weave around to the back left corner from here. Be mindful of the little puppies that are running around. They're not so pleasant, of course. All right, once you're back here, look in the corner to the right, and you will barely see him, but he is back there. All right, so from that corner, we're going to go to the back right corner, the top right corner rather, and make our way to the next treasure location. Fairly simple to get this one. Just follow your map to get through the maze. All right, now once you've done this, completed the objective that is to be completed here, we're actually going to now backtrack. So before moving onwards, we need to go backwards. So we're going to go to a gap in the wall now that we have a partner. We couldn't do this before, so we're going to go to that gap in the wall to the treasure. It's not far from the wine cellar area. Once you find the room, you're just going to have to do a partner push here.
Okay.
While she is climbing over, you're going to be defending yourself against one of these knights, so be careful there. And then just go in and you can get the Depraved idol. So now we're going to go follow the story path into the Grand Hall. You'll notice there's a merchant room here to the right. Just past it is going to be a little silver canister hanging here. We have to shoot or melee with the knife. Okay, so now we're going to go into the merchant room. There's going to be a request here, a merchant request for destroying the blue medallions. This is the 4th time we've done a similar quest. There's also a shooting range right there with another selection of fun for you. So there is the blue medallion quest. So we're going to go out and get the first 2 medallions. Now the medallions are spread across this area in the middle of a whole bunch of other things we're going to do. So we're just going to kind of mix them all in. So the first one is when you enter this area, it's up there to the right. Next one is going to be up the stairs behind the statue where you need to place the 3 heads. Okay, before we shoot any more medallions, on the wall next to us here is another merchant request. This is for the rats, or pest control mission. You need to shoot and kill 3 rats. Now, the 3rd rat is in chapter 10. It's not going to be in this chapter, so you can only get 2 here. But once you get the quest, go into the next room, open the door, and the rat's going to be right in front of you. Okay, so now we are in the dining hall. We're going to get another medallion. That's going to be kind of in the window here, the very end of the room. This is the puzzle room where Ashley has to sit at one table, you have to sit at the other. I won't spoil that solution for those of you guys who like to figure that stuff out on your own. Okay, so we're going to leave the dining hall, go back to the grand hall, up to the 2nd floor. In the chandelier is going to be the next medallion. And we're going to go in the door right next to us, and there's going to be a small key. The back left corner of this room here.
Hey, Leon, there's some armor.
Now from here, we're going to make our way to the armory, where we're going to get one of the statue heads. I believe the lion. You go in there, don't drop down. First, go over to the right-hand side, the 3 o'clock position, look up, you'll see the medallion. Drop down, complete that encounter down there. You can now finally leave the armory. And we are going to find a cubic device right next to where the next rat is located. So they're both right here.
You don't think they're gonna move,
So heading back to the grand hall, make sure you open that box to get the cubic device. We're going to use that to open up other treasure. That is our current location. Now, like I said, there's a rat here. This is the 2nd one. Remember, the 3rd rat's in chapter 10. All right, so now we're going to be in the gallery. So from the upper floor of the grand hall, we're going to go on the door on the opposite side. You're going to get to this large area. There's going to be a lot of things here for you to kill. Pull that lever, it's going to raise the bridge. But in the bottom floor is going to be a medallion, and then after you pull that lever and this bridge rises up, there's a chest that you can now open, and that's going to contain a yellow diamond. Go back to the merchant room, and we're going to use that little device that we just acquired and open the square lock box. These are little mini puzzles. You just got to rotate and flip the cube until it matches the shape. Okay, now that we also have that device, we can now go back and backtrack to the audience chamber, which is going to be really far away, but there's a little shortcut train that we're going to take to the audience chamber. So from the merchant room, go out the opposite door, and you'll see a train. A little cart, not so much a train. But at this point, go all the way back to the audience chamber. Once you go back in here, you're going to be ambushed. Of course you are. Eliminate the enemies that are here, and then we're going to go to the back right corner and do another puzzle.
Not bad, right?
There are 2 collectibles here. The small key that we got before we went to the armory, we're going to use that in here. Pick up that statue, and now just turn around. Along the left wall is going to be the area right in the middle. Not hard to find.
Ashley, are you all right?
Yeah, thanks.
All right, once you've done that, head back to the grand hall. Place the 3 statue heads, assuming you have them all, and then you will now be playing as Ashley heading towards the library. You're going to run across a grandfather clock on the way. If you want to put the time in, feel free, but we're not going to do this, solve this whole entire thing just yet. If you're playing on normal difficulty or lower, set it to 11:04. If you're playing higher than normal difficulty, I believe you set it at 7 o'clock. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and then I'm just going to move on. I'm going to just ignore the rest of it because we can't do it. So we're in the library. You're going to have to place your lantern on the back end of it. Reveals a new little area. You're going to have to hold this crank, and it's going to lower a set of stairs. All you do from here, pick up your lantern to reset the bookcases, go up to the 2nd floor, and there's going to be a bunch of keys, 4 keys on this little key ring right there on this back desk. Okay, we're going to head back downstairs into the library area. We're going to use one of the keys that we just acquired. We'll go to the left side, and you should find a little area you can crouch into. For this one, you want to use the 2nd key. Each one of these keys unlocks a specific lock. All right, you make your way back to the elevator on the other side of the room. As you're going up, the elevator is going to get stuck. You're going to run forward. There's a cutscene. As soon as the cutscene is over, we're going to go to the left side of the room, around the back, around the corner, and we're going to find some sapphire. This one uses the 4th key. All right, so the last collectible is going to be the grandfather clock puzzle that we talked about briefly earlier. So from that same room where we just got the sapphire, we want to interact with the grandfather clock. Again, set it to 11:04 unless you're playing on a harder difficulty, and it's 7 o'clock. Now this is going to reveal a shortcut path back to the first grandfather clock through the library. So just do your best to avoid the enemies. We're just going to be doing some dodging here. You can use the lantern to stun them and freeze them in place. Or you can just run around them like I'm doing. Okay, we are now back in the room where we saw the first grandfather clock. We had already opened it. If you haven't opened it yet, now's a great time. follow this down, you're going to take an elevator into a room where we have to solve a puzzle. We have to pull 4 chains in a certain order and then try to avoid the enemies down there, and we'll find the chest. All right, so here is the puzzle room. We're going to just go starting to the left side. We're going to go clockwise around this area, pull these chains in this order. Now be careful as you pull these statues come alive. The armor comes alive. All right, do your best to avoid getting hit here. And once we're in this next room, we're going to swing around to the right corner. And there's the emerald. And that is all the collectibles here in Chapter 9. Just one last thing I'm going to show you is the final puzzle. If you don't want to know the solution, go ahead and turn the video off. Otherwise, let's just go ahead and show you how to do this real quick. Might as well, since we're here. Okay, so starting with this one that's lit up, we're going to place our lantern on here, and it switches out the lanterns. And now we're going to go counterclockwise and do the next 3 in order. All right, we're going to do the original one more time, and then we're just going to reverse our direction once. And that's it. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please let me know by hitting that like button. And if you're a trophy hunter, please subscribe.